this deal for congressional review pursuant to an hour were we to reach it. Of course, as I speak to you, we do not have a deal, and prospects for reaching one are tenuous at best. If Iran maintains demands that go beyond the scope of the JCPOA, we will continue to reject them, and there will be no deal. It is not our preference.
But even in the time before President Trump, when he was in the deal, did Iran do anything to mitigate its missile program? Yes or no?
Not.
Did Iran not, in fact, take hostages during the period of time in which we were in the JCPOA?
It did.
Did Iran actually not ultimately proliferate its proxies during the same period of time that we were in the JCPOA?
It continued to support its proxies, yes.
Did it not continue to destabilize the region during the JCPOA?
Yes.
And did it not have drone strikes against our allies and our own bases during the JCPOA?
I'd have to recall. I do not think during the time that we were in the deal. I think that started after President Trump.
I would urge you to go back and look at the record. They may have increased, but we had drone strikes. So and none of those questions and the answers you gave me are hypotheticals, correctly? They were all realities.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you, how is it that Iran is in compliance with its obligations to the IAEA Safeguards Agreement, given that Iran hasn't provided answers to the IAEA?
So I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I've said clearly Iran was in compliance with its JCPOA commitments. It is not anymore. It has not been in compliance with its safeguards obligations, which are separate from the JCPOA.
Okay. So it was never in compliance with its safeguard obligations.
Correct.
It never came fully forward. And those aren't just a matter of hypothetical concerns. The IAEA found trace materials at various sites of uranium and what could have been a production program in undeclared sites, and has not been able to get those answers satisfied. Is that a fair statement?
We know that Iran has been concealing and lying, which is why we need to make sure that it is in its hands. So basically, get no closer to nuclear.
So basically, Iran lies by not being willing to come. They say they have an agreement, they're going to abide by it, but it doesn't abide it with the IAEA.